This is in city of Langley. Over here is the athlete entrance. We do all athletes, field and track. Men and women, as you can see, check in here. If we had more room and space, we would have an exit. Unfortunately, we don't, so we have an entrance on one side and exit on the other. Once they check in, according to a time, we post the times for check-in. This is one example. We have these post 3 different places. One in the entrance for athletes, one here at the call room, and one on the practice track. These are the check-in times. Today is finals for 5,000s. And field events down here, check-in times. We're working on a time for entry. 10 minutes later, the call room will close. 10 minutes later, they get sent to their event. Field events are picked up by the officials from the field event. Track events, we take them out with an escort, or 2 escorts if we have the volunteers. Once they're checked in here, we check their bib number, their bib name, what heat they're in, and whether or not, of course, they've checked in on time. If they do not check in on time, they're listed as did not start. If they did not start, they have a problem because they could be excluded from the rest of the meet. Then they move over here. We give them a pod. This pod is pod 1, and we can seat the athletes. Notice we have lane numbers on the chairs, 1 chair for bags, 1 chair for the athlete. It also helps for a little bit of social distancing. Once they're in the pod, as you can see, we have 5 different pods. That's all the space we have. We have to shift chairs around when the wheelchairs come in because you need much more space. We also have to shift the chairs if large events come in, like a pole vault with 12 or 14 people, then we have to make a bigger pod. Once they're sitting down, they get organized, they bring their bag with them. So we will check their bag. All we're checking for is disallowed implements, disallowed whatever. We're talking medications we leave alone. Tape we left for athletes that are in field events. They might want to tape their fingers, tape their poles. We'll let the officials at the event deal with that. Otherwise, it's just advertising at this meet is not an issue, so we do not check advertising. After we check bags, we check their shoes. This is a spike gauge. On the track, 9mm spikes are the maximum. Most shoes come with 7s from the store. For field events, javelin, etc., you're allowed 12mm. Nobody uses 12s unless you're on grass. This gauge, measures the sole thickness depends on the event. Sole thickness right now is 20mm, and the sole includes the heel. 20mm for all track events up to 800. 800 and above, you can have 25mm. Triple jump is the only field event that allows 25mm for the sole. Once they're here, they sit. Once their move to track time comes, they move around with a guide. They call them up, and they exit from our exit, which you saw earlier. And that's pretty much the procedure. I'm the referee because all the decisions that are made for possible disqualifications come through the referee. Any issues, the referee has to solve it. It's not up to the call room chief.
Thank you, Foster. Thank you.
This lady here is checking in females. We're coming up in I think it's a pole vault. Another table is for males. We're doing them separately, track and field. The gentleman over there just is recording. We have 3 different copies. 1 copy for the check-in. It will go to the track. 1 copy for our records. We have to have on there when they left the call room. And we have 1 copy to post if necessary. Or if we happen to need a 3rd copy for a track referee, if they come in and don't have a copy. Every athlete will get 3 hip numbers. In this meet, they require 1 number on the chest for photo finish because they have a front-facing camera, 1 on each hip.
Thank you.
If they have wet
You can see it. I just
spandex shorts,
caught a glimpse.
they need to pin those hip numbers on because I guarantee they'll blow up halfway through the race.
Thank you.
A clock,
King.
hopefully better than this one, is handy so the athletes know what time it is.
And your number.
And of course, they'll come and ask, when am I supposed to check in anyway?
Thank you. Position 8. 5.
Hey, don't read. And that's about it.
She leave her chair outside.
Goodbye.